Step into video game land. Welcome to Fine Time.
Hello, party people. It's your boy Dre, and I am here with my boy Steve.
Woomy!
And I am here with my woomy Kevin.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi. That's not what I was expecting at all.
I'm trying to. This is like a big show, and I'm trying to keep it a little more professional tonight.
Okay, well, hello, gentleman Steve.
Hello.
I said professional, not erotic.
Steve, I do have this one clip, and I don't even remember why you said this. I've been sitting on this forever. Maybe you should introduce yourself like this.
It's me, Steven, from the Fine Times.
Do you remember saying that? Because I saved it for some reason, and I don't remember why.
I don't remember why either.
I definitely remember hearing it.
Yeah, me too. I'm not going to deny it, but
I don't think it's something that made the air. I think it was something in between, or I don't know. We were doing something, but it's still here.
it's me, Steven, from the Fine Times.
Well, now that we're introducing ourselves formally, I'm glad I have a chance to finally use that.
Hey, whatever gets my voice out there.
Instead of you, okay, not you speaking into the microphone right now. I can only speak through clips of you.
I don't know. People don't really listen to me anyway.
Oh, they're going to listen to you. They're going to listen the hell out of you right now, out of all of us, because all three of us played the same game this week. We have all played Splatoon Raiders. All right. I feel like Splatoon Raiders doesn't really need any introduction. If you're listening to this show, come on. Do we need to tell the people? Splatoon Raiders is a single player focused Splatoon game. Well, I don't know. What did she say in the direct, Kevin? Do you remember?
I think you're on the right track. Keep going.
Splatoon game for the Nintendo Switch 2 system. That's all I got.
I mean, I can New York it for you. The Splatoon Raiders game is like that multiplayer game with the squids, but then you play it by yourself most of the time, except for when you don't. It's on the Switch too.
Thank you, Brooklyn Steve. Are you a squid now or a kid now?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Look, let's just free for all. Let's just gangbang this thing. We played it pretty much the whole last 2 weeks. I don't think I've really played much else. Guys, I wanted to roll credits on this. I didn't quite have time to do that, but I feel like you guys did, right?
What?
What?
The game came out today. I already rolled credits on it on Saturday. Did not beat the Splatoon Raiders game. DK Bonanza's out. I beat it in a day. You guys better catch the fuck up so we can all talk about it next week. We all had to blow through the game to find out about I couldn't finish Splatoon Raiders in 2 weeks. Oh, geez. Me and Kevin have to have you beat.
I mean, Jesus
These
Christ.
are things that would come out of your mouth verbatim.
Okay, you are right. But it's okay when I do it. Okay, you guys can't do it. You guys can't do it to me. That's just not fair.
Kevin beat you to the credits. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a substantial way into the post game.
Yeah, I feel like. I think Kevin, I would venture to guess you probably like this more than either of us.
You know what? This is like easily my front runner for game of the year. And I think I like this better than anything I played last year. I kind of went between like Silk Song and Avowed last year, which I love both of those, but I had this is just like purely fun. This game is fun as fuck.
Wow. I don't think I'd go that far because, man, I mean, it's really good though, Steve. I mean, this is an excellent game.
I don't know if we were doing this, could be like game number 3 on our game of the year right now, because let's face it, you know me, I have eyes forward towards Fortune's Weave right now. We all know me. I'm gonna have my cock out for that the rest of the year once that comes out, and I might sprinkle in some other games in there. It's gonna be like, oh, I might have played this other game. Oh, look, it's an Etch-a-Sketch. I played that for 2 seconds.
Am I losing my mind, or was there an Etch-a-Sketch like NES game? Is that a thing?
There was that Anticipation or something rare, or Pictionary, where they drew shit for you and it sort of looked like an Etch-a-Sketch.
No. I played Pictionary on NES for some reason, even though we had the board game or whatever. I don't know why we did that.
I don't know. Maybe there was, and we're not thinking of, and you're the only one thinking of it.
We played Win, Lose, or Draw on NES as well. I don't know why you guys remember that game show, Win, Lose, or Draw? There was like a NES game of it.
Because that's old, right? That's
old.
For
that's very
minute.
old. Yeah. I would imagine, Kevin, that run ended in the late 80s, probably before you were born.
Yeah, see, I think I've seen that on like the Game Show Network, not fucking modern time. Win, lose,
for
or
sure.
draw.
Late 80s, maybe very early 90s, but that's it. Yeah, win, lose, or draw was old. Anyway, Splatoon Raiders. This is okay. You know what, Kevin? I'll go here with you. I think this is my favorite Switch 2 game. I think it's better than Mario Kart World. I think it's better than Metroid Prime 4. I think it's better than Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think it's. Yeah. I would say that much.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite Switch. What have you played better than this year so far, though? I'm just curious.
Romeo is a Dead Man, like, blew my socks off. So, I mean, I'm obviously going to like something like that. That game was like tailor-made for me because I'm a Suda 51 freak. Other than that, I do think it's Splatoon Raiders. I can't think of anything else that would even be this good.
For Switch 2 games, it'd be this and Pocopia so far, being neck and neck.
Would you say you like Pocopia, Spanakopita more than this, though? I know we're talking about 2 very different things.
Yeah, they're 2 very different games. That's very hard to say.
Okay, well, I guess we can go ahead.
I have a question while we're there, because I was kind of wondering, like, I was looking forward to this a lot. I just felt like it was going to be a great summer game, but I was not expecting it to hit like it did. And then I wondered if my apathy towards Sony and Microsoft lately have like kind of amplified that, because I think a lot of, as I play this too, I'm just like very happy and appreciative to be playing a game on the Switch too. And if that's the case, that's fine. I've mostly like played this handheld because I want to be like touching and holding my Switch too, I think. Is there like a degree of like fuck Sony, fuck Microsoft going on here to a little bit?
I think you might be correct. I mean, I don't feel that way necessarily when I play this, but like I understand the sentiment, because think about how many terrible fucking shitty things that are going on, especially with Microsoft, but also at Sony with all with the disc stuff, the physical game, everything, right? And everyone's just like, man, it sure looks like Nintendo is just making games and putting out games. How simple is that? The thing I've been saying for literally this entire show's existence, right? So I think other people are finally catching on to that. It's like, hey, I think there's one company out here actually doing this right. And yeah, that is refreshing. They're literally doing the thing that we say all the time: reuse your assets smartly. This game, Splatoon Raiders, looks exactly like Splatoon 3. Now, it's been a little bit since I turned on Splatoon 3. Steve has probably played it more recently than either of us. Steve, did you notice any real bump in fidelity here? I mean, because honestly...
a real bump in fidelity? No. And anything that's going on is going to be real modest.
I think you guys are selling this majorly short, though, and it may be specifically phrased as bump in fidelity. But we were talking about how this like might look like Splatoon 3 before, and this is, to me, I think this has turned out to be like a bit of a fucking graphical showcase on the Switch, or no, maybe not graphical showcase, but the amount of shit going on the screen is fucking bananas, and it doesn't break a sweat forever. Like,
Yep.
you know, they're like 90% of the things on the screen are like changing, like fully like changing position every fucking frame. I don't know how to even describe it. There's so much going on.
No, you're right. And that's the trade-off, right? You don't go for that stuff, and in return you get the most silky smooth 60 frames a second. Doesn't even touch, because remember, like I think a couple weeks ago I was like, maybe they could do 120 because they're not really up any. I'm not even sure this game could do 120 with the amount of stuff that is on the screen. Like, this game does not break a sweat, and it's appreciated. Oh my God. If this were on, forget about it. For the resolution on Switch 1, if this were on there, or like the amount of stuff, that you wouldn't even be able to do these kinds of levels. It would just be so fucking boring, Steve.
No, this is the Pocopia discussion again. Why isn't this on Switch 1? Okay, you need to actually play this game, because I was actually expecting, oops, I'll salmon run the game, but it's more, some salmon run, but also with levels and more free roaming levels too. Anyway, we're getting a metric ton of salmonids all doing all kinds of shit. This is what Andre wants the whole time. But how much can we grab on and have them do a thing?
Yep.
That's fine. They got a theme, and it's make all the shit happen at the same time.
I love it. You guys are right. This is literally what I've been asking for, because this whole decade, like basically with new systems, we've been past the, I know this is kind of passe, but I think you guys will understand what I mean. The screenshot generation of like, look at it on PS3, now look at it on PS4, or like whatever. Can't do that anymore. That's not where we're at with graphics. It's about performance. It's about the things you can do with it, not literally it looks better now, we have more polygons now. We're past that type of shit. So yeah, Splatoon Raiders is impressive. I didn't mean to make it sound like it wasn't, because it is. But using Splatoon 3 almost exactly, and the turnaround time on this must have been pretty good. Plus, here's what I was afraid of. I thought Splatoon Raiders was going to feel like a glorified DLC, because they have been doing for Splatoon 2 and 3, like these big I almost said Octopath expansion, Octo expansion for Splatoon 2 and Side Order for Splatoon 3, which are these big and fairly expensive like DLC pieces for those games. I thought it was just going to feel like that. It doesn't feel like those, Steve. This is a legit like actual game. I thought it was going to feel like, oh, well, this could have just been a DLC for Splatoon 3. Actually, no.
Yeah, no, I was expecting bigger Side Order in a way too, but no, I mean, there's a few I almost said Octopath too, Octo expansion-y, Side Order-y levels tucked away in there, but no, this is its own roguelite loot shootery thing too, where they just shower you with shit to collect.
And as someone who loves loot shooters, whether it's Borderlands or The Division or whatever, right, or Destiny to a degree, even though it's less about the loot, this really ticks those boxes for me. It really does. Like, after you do something, looking at the stuff you got, looking at the guns, upgrading your shit, leveling up your stats, like it really, I almost can't believe, Kevin, that Nintendo kind of made a game like this. It almost feels unlike them to do this, but they did it.
Yeah, I mean, it's I've like fucked around with Borderlands and stuff a little bit. I've never like I don't think I've ever had that tickle like you're describing before, but it's like very much so here.
Yeah. So I think to a degree, maybe Kevin less so, me and Steve more so, we talk about like the tutorialization of games and things blabbing at you and just not letting you play and just talking. Splatoon Raiders does have a fair amount of tutorializing up front. It does. It's like, oh, you need to do this, and oh, this means that, and like, oh, you can equip this. And usually in a game like this, I'd be pretty annoyed, because I'd be like, I know how to play a fucking video game. Can we stop? I don't care if grandma doesn't know how to play. Let me play the game. But I'm okay with it in Splatoon Raiders, and I'll tell you why. If you've never played a Splatoon game before, Splatoon Raiders might be completely incomprehensible to you. Like, this game must seem like the weirdest shit ever. I have to ink the ground and swim through it. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, we've been doing this for a decade, so we don't care. But if you're new to this shit, oh man, oh baby, you are probably real lost. So getting those people up to speed, and those tutorials I mentioned are very skippable. You can just kind of mash A. I mashed A through a lot of them. Okay, I know how to equip stuff. Okay, these are the sub parameters for a weapon. Okay, I know what to do there, right? So you can just kind of skip them, and that's fine. They're not sitting there and making you watch stuff and making you do stuff. You can blow through them, so they're okay. I don't know how you got. Well, Steve, you're more sensitive to this. I don't know how you felt about it.
Splatoon needs to teach you how to play the game because of all the things you just said every time. Because it is a game for weirdos that happens to sell a lot each time. That's why there's 3 and a spinoff now. But it's a series that hit its stride, but at the same time, it's not Call of Duty. So, you got to tell everyone that just showed up, hey, shoot the ground. Hide in the ground to recharge the egg. There's no bullet ammo packs. You're the ammo and the health bar. You're the squid and the kid. Or the octopus. We don't judge, but you do it all. Pew pew.
That would be actually kind of incredible, Kevin. That would be a great piece of like YouTube content if like Dr. Disrespect or whatever played Splatoon for the first time or something. But like, what the fuck is this? I think if like any of those Call of Duty bros like tried to play this, they would like lose their mind.
It's funny you guys looked at it from that perspective, because to be honest, when I watched the direct for this, there was something in the back of my mind, not in the sense of like, I am worried I'm not going to understand this, but it felt like there was a lot of like different systems, and I didn't know how much I was going to necessarily engage with all of them. When they were kind of going through all of like the different ways you upgrade and you customize, and then they're talking about like the heavy emphasis on like your tanks and items. And I mean, it's in that sense, like there was just a lot of like information going on in that direct. And I did wonder, are there going to be things that I'm just not like, that I'm not engaging with as I play this? But that wound up also not being the case. And maybe the tutorials were good for me in that sense. But everything is very, like all of these systems is very cohesive. It really felt like the entire development team was very much on the same page with the system design.
I agree. And I think they don't necessarily expect you to engage with, like, if you're not very savvy about this stuff, I think you're just going to go into your gadgets, hit like fill all the slots, and just like whatever, they're filled up with stuff. If you even remember to do that in the first case, and the game is good about like nagging you in a good way. It's like one of the few games that nag you in a good way. Hey, maybe you should equip, maybe you should go take a look at your whatever, right? And I think a lot of that helps because it's not like actual English voices speaking at you. It's just squid talk, right? So you can just kind of tune it out if you really want. But hey, but like it really works, and it's not overbearing. And again, even if you don't engage with that stuff, which like some people won't because they don't really know what's going on too well, even though they explained it, you can still play the game. It's fine.
I do feel like if you aren't engaging with that stuff, you would have a lot fucking harder time in this game at the same time, though. Like, I can't imagine just going through, going into your equipment and going through and just like, grabbing each, what is the word for them? Like the fucking boons or whatever for your items. If you just grab like the first one in the list every time, that would not be a good way to play this, I don't think.
I don't think so either, but you can. It's playable. It's not like the level won't load because I didn't attach these 3 different parameters to fill up my like they let you play the game. That's and maybe that feeds into why I think the game works. They want to kill you. They want you to die and they let you die. I feel like there's points in the game where like the levels ratchet up so much where it's like you better be on your best shit to be able to beat this level at your current character level. Like, you can do it. It's not an unwinnable situation. They're not throwing you to the wolves where it's like, okay, this is a scheduled loss, like tick this off the box. No, you can do it. But it makes you feel the progression much more. Oh man, I only got like 3/4 of the way through that one. I'm going to try it again after I level up and get these weapons. Oh man, now I beat the piss out of it. I think it makes the new player and the veteran player like us feel good, Steve.
Well, here's the thing. I was playing on hard mode the whole time because they let me. And I know we've been making fun of me for this lately. Steve likes to play the hard mode because of repressed whatevers, but I put on my big boy pants, my big squid boy pants, and I turned that on, and it was a great decision because it forces you to get good with the 3 tanks very fucking quickly. Even though I usually use the tactical one, and Andre apparently thinks tactical tanks are for babies.
I just didn't like it as much as the other two. That's the purple one, right? Yeah, that's my least favorite. I like the orange.
Best one.
See, I can't believe you guys are aligned. I wanted this to be 3 different tank boys, but apparently we're not. You guys,
okay, I super mastered all the tanks by the end of this. That's how hard it gets.
Okay, sorry. Okay, you're better than me. Okay, I said it. Okay, leave me alone. You're better than me.
Okay, no one said that.
I started this game on normal and I played it for like an hour and I was like, I'm enjoying myself, but man, this is just a pushover. And then you told me you started the game on hard, Steve. So I was just kind of like, okay, let me step it up to hard. I might feel, I want to feel something here. Sure enough, that was the right decision. I'm glad I followed your lead on that, Steve, because wow, the hard mode is perfect. Because you know how it is sometimes in these games, because the difficulty lies on, okay, you take more damage, they take more damage, and that stuff is like, it's not like quote unquote true difficulty. It's more like these things just take more hits or they add more things. So it's just like, okay, sure. But is that actually harder or is that just like more arduous? I think those are like 2 different things. No, this is actual, like hard mode is the perfect difficulty, I think.
I don't know. I think that's still a hard mode. Isn't that right, Steve's penis?
Oh my God. Okay, Kevin. After the show, we're brainstorming with the voice guy, and I'm gonna submit this to for the penalty box. Yeah. I have to. We can't let this keep going on.
He's got to come in at this point.
Yeah, I mean, please. Anyway, but no, Kevin, you played on normal, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys were talking about that, and honest, I was just like, I'm like having an excellent time as is, and I don't know, I did not feel like the game was especially hard. I did run up to a few points where it definitely took a few tries, especially in the later game. I think too, I don't know, maybe this is a point for hard mode. Like the pacing in this game is so good because really nothing takes longer than 5 minutes, maybe 10 at the most for longer ones. So there's very little barrier to, just go back to that and try it again anyways, even if you do lose. There's no barrier to picking it up in the first place. And I found that a lot. There's so many times, where it just felt that there's no friction to grab the Switch because I know that I can just sit down. It's going to boot up immediately. And if I want, I can play this for 5 minutes. I don't have to feel like I've got a fucking block of, at least an hour to sink my teeth into it, which every single time I did that, I would still wind up sitting there and playing it for 2 or 3 hours. But, I think just that sense of it being frictionless to keep going back and trying is went a long ways for me too.
By the way, and this isn't something I ever really say because I'm such a Joy-Con boy, but Splatoon is one of those games I have to use the Pro Controller. I have to. So, if I know I'm going to bring the Switch 2 to work, I will actually bring the Pro Controller. I usually never bring a controller if I'm going out somewhere and playing in tabletop mode. But in this case, I actually do because it's just I just learned it's since Splatoon 2. It's definitely I just can't do it with the Joy-Con. I don't know why I can't.
I'm just hearing that, I'm going to be the snootiest person in the room. I must have my Pro Controller to play the Splatoon game wherever I go.
No, excuse me, Steve. I must have my Pro Controller 2 to play the Splatoon Raiders game while sitting at my illustrious break table. Yeah.
Yeah, at least that hasn't fallen out from under you yet.
Wow. I think Kevin, I think he's salty because we're threatening him with he knows the penalty box is coming.
I mean, you're taking it to more.
I am not afraid of it.
Today.
I am not afraid of a penalty box. I've dealt with worse in my life.
You say that now, tough guy, until you actually get in there. No, I think hard mode is interesting just because you get to make a lot more interesting decisions with your lives. Because on normal, I wasn't really dying, and then when I went to hard, I was like, oh wait, you actually get to retry 3 times or something. So it's like, okay, I have 20 seconds left and I need a few more power eggs. I'm fucked right now. Okay, I'm just going to shoot these guys. I'm going to do my last gadget attack and that might kill me. But if I respawn, I'll get popped up into the air and then I can shoot the boss like directly in the goddamn head before I land, and I think that'll finish him off before the time. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one scenario, but like those are the decisions that get made on hard that I definitely wasn't doing on normal, and I like those kinds of decisions. By the way, I think just that genius bit, like when you die, when you just float into the air, instead of having being invincible for 3 seconds or something on the ground, like they actually just put you into the air over everything so you could see everything, know where you want to land, know what you want to clear out, and you're safe to just shoot stuff if you want to. Little touches like that just make, I know this is going to sound like the most Nintendo fanboy thing ever, but those are the little touches that make Nintendo games. They think about those little gameplay things that you don't even think about really until you do, and it's like, oh wait, that is actually genius.
I think I just heard several people groan a few days from now.
It's true. And look, if you're listening to Fine Time, you know what we're about, okay? I mean, we are 3 Nintendo men. We're gonna I mean, please. You know what this is.
I want to talk about the vibe for a little bit, and because I really like this as a whole overall package, and I didn't know if, because you can tell immediately this is very like desolate and dreary environments most of the time, and I didn't know if it was really going to fit with Splatoon, but it really makes this stand out as its own game. But I also like the music, Andre. I specifically liked the music. It's really it's like kind of cheery, but it's very warbly and off-putting. A lot of times it's almost, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what to a lot of this doesn't seem to me like it would be out of place in like Majora's Mask or something. Like it's got that, like, you know, it's moody and I like that. But you were talking shit about the music.
Yeah, when we played online together last week now, I was talking shit about the music, and my opinion has only gotten worse. I think that's by far the worst thing about Splatoon Raiders. The music sucks. Sorry. I think it's just bad. What I was expecting coming into this, it's like, okay, we're doing salmon run stuff with salmonids. Okay, we'll just have salmon run style music. It kind of does that, but for the most part, not really. I wish it was just salmon run music, because then it would be good. And again, I wasn't expecting the music that we get in Turf War, right? When we're playing like a real Splatoon game. I think that would not necessarily be appropriate either. But what they landed on was like the worst of all worlds. Like Steve, I don't know how you feel about this. I think the music in this game kind of sucks.
Sorry, Andre. I think the music is fine, actually, because we're not at home at Mega Splatsvilleopolis, where Shiver, Fry, and Big Man can be laying down them sick beats with their sound editors behind them to make it sound as good as possible. You know, we're at the Spherolite Islands, where, you know, it sounds raw, and, you know, we got to make do with what we got. So, you know, we're out here using cans and ketchup bottles and whatever else we find as weapons falling out of the sky. You know, we're manly squids out here, even though Shiver and Fry are girls. But, you know, I'm
getting the sense, Andre, that you almost just want this to be more boppy. Is that a fair assessment?
I wanted more like tropical, beachy acoustic guitar. Not that it needs to sound pretty, because I don't think that's like
beachy game. Like, I think the whole point is, like, you know, even the like, it goes a long way with just with the, you know, because your ink is still like super fucking bright and colorful, and it like contrasts with that world very well, and I feel like the music complements that, not takes away from it.
What if it sounded like something more? I think there needed to be a strong guitar element. What if it sounded like shoegaze or something? Like, what if it sounded like the Smiths or like, I don't know, like I'm not literally the Smiths or Morrissey or some shit, but I mean, like, what if I needed a little more like grit? I think you know what? I figured it out. I think what I'm missing is other Splatoon music sounds like a band playing. This does not sound like a band playing.
No, it doesn't.
And I think that's what I miss. I think the key to Splatoon music is that no matter how weird and fucked up it is, you can imagine 5, 6, 7 people on a stage actually playing that. As weird as Salmon Run music is, you can imagine people playing that, like some weird jazz band or something, some fucked up jazz band. I don't get that from Splatoon Raiders at all. It just sounds too out there for me.
I maintain that you want it more boppy. You want it boppier.
But they're too far away for there to be a band. We're away from everything. We're looking for treasure with real ass. Well, it's not realistic. I'm not going to be out here saying, "Oh man, it's so the fidelity is so real, you guys." But compared to the rest of Splatoon so far, these are some more muted, realistic looking trees and rocks and sand and such we're dealing with in Splatoon Raiders, as opposed to the series so far where it's the city, the mall, the very fake palm tree next to the shoe store thing we've been seeing this whole time. So like I said before, they got a theme and they ran home with it.
Okay, but think about when you're on the deck, right? The training, or by the way, that is genius. The fact that like your home base is also like the training section that you can just set up however you want, basically, or not set up if you don't want to. I think that is like actually genius. So you don't have to go into some other instance and test out your guns and then come back there and then whatever. It's all just like you're already there. That's like one thing, and that's brilliant. But think about the song that plays there, or the songs that can play there. Those are kind of acoustic guitar-y, beachy, a little more pretty, and like they kind of have a beat to them. And I'm not saying that needs to be the BGM while you're playing a level, but I do think that there is room for stuff like that. Maybe it's the lack of variety. Maybe it's like all the music just kind of sounds like that. Maybe I would have preferred some more like danceable. I don't know, man. Maybe you're right, Kevin. Maybe I'm just not letting the Splatoon trilogy go and how those sound, because the music in those games are obviously legendarily great. Some of the best Nintendo music ever, in my opinion, particularly Splatoon 2. But
you're also talking to us like Splatoon 4 isn't going to come out next summer.
Yeah, maybe it is, but like we're not there yet. I just think, I don't know. I think this is a musical misstep. I think this could have been something interesting, and it's not interesting. I'm not saying it's even inappropriate for the game at hand. I just think it's kind of boring. And considering the pedigree of Splatoon music, Kevin, I just think it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's interesting. It makes me curious, because you are, out of the three of us, you are very much like the music guy here. As far as like, you are by far the most likely to talk about the music in a game. And it does make me wonder, like other people who are just like really interested in the music of all games and always paying attention to that, like what they think about that. If anybody else considers themselves like a real video game music connoisseur, I want to know, if you've played Raiders, what you thought about it. Because this is like, it's not that, a lot of times we'll be all talk about the same game and you'll be like, oh, fucking music here is incredible. And I'm like, I didn't even notice it. It seemed like it like fit well,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'll never not notice that. That's just how I'm wired. Quite frankly, how I've always been wired, ever since I was a kid. I would get to my favorite Rygar stages and pause them and listen for them for 30 minutes. Because it was one of those games where you select to pause the screen, but the music would still play. So it was fucking great. You didn't even get like a pause tone or anything. The game just freezes and you can just listen all you want.
And then he had one of those dance parties he just insinuated he always has when playing Splatoon.
Yes, at 6, 7 years old. 1988 dance party for Rygar. Everyone come over. We're going to have pizza and Rygar. the level designs are really clever. I like when they get kind of gimmicky with it. They're not too gimmicky and they don't do them too often. One that really sticks out to me is remember the grid level where it's like the eels. The eels are coming down different blocks and you have to go down the different like streets, like quote unquote streets, to get behind them and kind of and shoot them. Yeah, I thought that was clever. There's lots of little clever level design stuff like that I think is fun. I think it's what really makes this game tick, because if it was all just here's another big arena where you kill stuff and then you go down floor, I mean, it would get kind of boring kind of quickly. So they know how to mix it up.
If I'm going to bitch about something, and I do wish you would have finished this, Andre. Obviously, we're still going to keep this spoiler free either way. The final sequence before the end credits rolled, I fucking hated it. Where were you at on that, Steve? Yeah, like,
oh, it wasn't great.
Oh, it was so messy and like disjointed, and it was like bad.
They ran out of time, and they needed to get this shit out the door. It is spectacle at the cost of gameplay. So Andre,
every single one of the I don't think Andre will love it. You'll have to let us know. Every single one, there's like before that there are 3 bosses where you watch like a full cutscene after, and like like the bosses. Every single one of those was like hands down better than that final sequence, like by a fucking country mile.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Now I'm now I have no idea what this is. Yeah. I can't wait to find out. Honestly, it makes me want to beat the game even quicker. I'm going to over these next couple days for sure. I don't think I'm far away from what I'm looking at in the game. I can probably tell I'm not too far away. So yeah, I will definitely do that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, Steve.
Yeah, especially after I've been praising how well they've been hitting that balance lately in other games like Mario and Luigi Brothership and DK Bonanza. It's like they missed a step again in this.
That's kind of why. Okay, yeah, I'm interested. You guys got anything else on Splatoon Raiders? I'm looking over my list here. I don't think I do. I hit all the points, talked about difficulty. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I guess I should say our online experience was wonderful. I think anyone listening to this who has played Splatoon knows how fucky it can be online sometimes. You get disconnected for no goddamn reason and shit like that. It's not a Splatoon session until you see a communication error has occurred. So
yeah, I was having fun doing the trying to rescue other people, the help someone else, because once a day they give you that orange box with other weapons in there. So I was doing that. And no communication errors there, so that was fun. But while I'm on the subject of other optional shit, I love that the arcade games are back. It's a part of the game's history. They should have never fucking left. Big hint to any Splatoon 4 developers listening. They better be fucking in there. Just saying.
Steve, you will hear it from Steve.
And also, fuck them blue compasses. Anyone that was able to figure out how those worked without looking up how is full of shit.
Okay, I just got one a few hours before recording. I just got my first one, and I was like, huh, okay, is it like hot and cold? Like it go, oh, you just have to like move it as fast as you can. And then it just like, I didn't get it. I feel like I did it by accident, but I think it took me like a good few minutes to understand how it worked.
I mean, it is like hot and cold. It like the fucking blue goes up as you go in the right direction. I did not have to look it up, Steve.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't turn blue when you go in the right direction. It turns blue when you stop going in the right direction. Then you got to move in a different direction.
Well, no, but you got to like go between the X and Y axis as you're, like, because if you go, it'll be like blue as you get closer, but you're too far south. So once you miss that like center line, you start moving away
more
from
than
it
once. It's led me astray.
Entirely fine.
I think I'm somewhere in between you two.
I don't have to take this from Kevin. I cheated Wordle, the Canadian over here.
Wow, don't bring our Wordle drama on here. They don't need to hear about that.
I don't fucking cheat at Wordle at all. I would be jealous if I didn't get Penal in 2 guesses as well. But anyways, it's fine.
Yeah, this motherfucker got Penal the other day in 2 guesses.
Two guesses.
Oh,
that's Penal was on this man's mind. Penal.
Man, that's not even
goddamn right.
There's a lot of other sussy 2-word guesses he's gotten.
He's done some sussy stuff over the year and change we've been playing Wordle. It's been kind of sussy. It has been. But just the fact that the man was thinking penal so much is like, man, this is going to be my second. Like, who does that?
As I articulated to you guys, it is like by far not the first time I have used penal as my second word. Because if the E and the A need to be rearranged, those are other good, P, N, and L are good letters to try and like work out. Penal is a great second chance word.
I often use a word starting with P for like my second word. Sometimes I use privy. Sometimes because I'm trying to get like weird letters out of like a V and a Y and a P. Like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of works. Like, so sometimes I will do stuff that starts with a P, but I've never thought of penal. So I don't know. Maybe I need to think penal.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. They're not going to play that word again.
Yeah, but it's still a good word, like an N. That's
like, what I said. I'm still going to use penal, like given the circumstances. It is like a stellar second shot word, depending on how things are going.
Well, let us know out there if you also often use penal in Wordle. Oh my God. Is it against the penal code if we go take a shower together?
I'm not done talking about Splatoon. Hold on.
Okay, Jesus.
I don't think this should have been a full price game. And I think, they're factoring in markability in that value, obviously. But I feel like I got a fuller, more satisfying experience out of this than past multiplayer Splatoons, honestly. I don't think you guys are probably there. But if this was full price, I would have felt like I got every fucking penny's worth out of it.
I don't think I would agree with you on that. However, I do agree that if this were $70, yeah, totally worth it. 100%. I would have paid as much for this. Like, we know Splatoon 4 is going to be $70, Steve. And if this were the same price, it'd be equally as worth it. I agree with that.
Well, because I like having things, I did pay $60 for it. So there's that.
All right, you do pay dummy tax.
Look, when Splatoon 4 comes out, that will be a download. So
okay.
This game reminded me of being a kid and getting a game over summer break, like a cool new game, and sinking my teeth into it in summer. Like I haven't felt like I got like that specific feeling, and I haven't felt like that for years.
We needed this. We've been talking this up for a while now, ever since like a little bit before that direct and after that direct that really like put me over the top. Like this is what we needed right now. I think all three of us, for whatever reasons they may be, the industry being what it is, who knows, man. But like the fact that this game can come out for $50 and just blow our tits off and be one of the best games we played this year, and for Kevin, definitely the best game he's played this year. Who knew? I didn't. Remember how bewildered we were when they announced it? Remember we were like, the fuck is what a Splatoon Raiders? What is that?
Yeah, what is it?
We sure found out.
How about that shower? Woo!
What's wrong with Kevin, can we sneak? Can we like? Well, see, I was going to say we should sneak into the shower and make him jealous and exclude him, but I think that's exactly what he wants.
No, that's fucked up. Like,
he's
like
being
the penalty box,
right
sure, but I don't like. This shower is sacred.
The shower is sacred, but I feel like he's not respecting it right now.
I don't think you can use the shower as a punitive tool myself, but.
I asked you about the penal code though before we got in the shower.
What was it? But that wasn't secret talk to exclude Steve from the penal shower.
You can't say that. You can't say that on the air. Penal shower.
Yeah, you all have fun with your penal shower. I'll just sit here under the fan this time.
Oh, get your ass in here right now. We're starting right now. Let's get in.
It's time to hit the showers. We'll be right back on Fine Time.
Okay, we're back. We're clean. We smell good. We're dry. We're high. We're not high. But we are here to answer your questions in our summer mailbag. We have done this every year, I think, since we've started. And even our first year, 2022, when we have a 10th of the listeners that we do now, people still came out for this. People still wanted to ask us questions for some reason. This segment has always worked. So thank you, everybody, for for somehow we have invited show participation.
Who are you? Where are you going?
It is strange that nobody asks any questions about the showers, actually, now that I think
they don't. I think they like the mystery. I think they don't want to know. Really.
If I was a fan, I would ask about the showers.
I would ask, see, I'm a nosy ass bitch. I would always ask behind the scenes stuff, what's the biggest fight you ever got into on the air or something, or what's the, you know what I mean? I want to know that juicy shit, that's what I want to know. But that's just my messy ass, I guess.
We should, maybe if we're looking for content sometime, we should just ask each other provocative questions.
I would actually love that. I'm not even joking.
Let's put that on the maybe list.
It might be the final episode, Steve, depending on what we ask each other.
right before Christmas break, where we can have a fucking solid month to cool off and not be salty.
It should be a Thanksgiving show. I'm thankful for the time when you did this or that, right? You should just put it all out there. Anyway, we have a bunch of questions here. We're gonna answer, I think, all of them from what I understand. I mean, I don't think we're skipping any. I think we got them all here. So
I did my best to scour them.
I think you did a good job, Steve. You're usually you usually take that duty upon yourself, and I think they are all here. All right. First question. Then, Mr. Lucentai, been on the show a million times, does all of our artwork pretty much, and fellow Pokepal. He asks, Fine Time Frozen Foods is somehow a thing. What frozen meals would FTFF trademark offer to the people? I think this is a great question. Should I start? I'm going to start. I think it should be some sort of fried chicken meal. Because honestly, guys, we have gone way, way too long in our lives without a good frozen fried chicken. It just doesn't exist. I've seen frozen fried chicken before, especially back in the day. It's never any good. It's at the best, it's okay, and it's pretty dry. I don't know why in the year of our Lord 2026, Kevin, we haven't figured out why can't there be frozen KFC?
Do you think we could pull it off though? I don't want to say we're going to tackle fried chicken and then we fuck it up too.
I don't know, man. Look, I'll give it a try. I'm not going to put it out unless it's good, Steve.
Well, no, we're going to team up with food scientists until we get it right, which is, I've become similarly disillusioned with the frozen food aisle over the years. So, it's not really a meal, but I'd love to spearhead a series of frozen donuts that you prep in your fryer or air fryer. I mean, I guess we'd have to put on a conventional oven instructions too, but who wants to do that?
Not me.
Yuck. But, crawlers and churros off the top of my head that, you follow instructions for, then sprinkle cinnamon sugar for at the end. I mean, come on. Where are those?
That is a good question. Yeah, I think it would be already... I know that donuts aren't necessarily puff pastry, but pastry freezes really well. So I don't understand why we couldn't do that. I think that would be really good.
Yeah, that's smart.
All right, Kevin, what would you have in our frozen food lineup?
I mean, I think matzo sticks is a no-brainer. But I want ours to be genetically engineered to not leak the cheese out in the air fryer because it fucking pisses me off so much when I grab a matzo stick and it's just a hollow shell of breading. And I also think we should do frozen pizzas that come with stuffed crust for eating at home.
Okay, so sometimes you see these in the frozen section, but I've never had one that has been very good, so I usually avoid them. I have seen stuffed crust frozen pizza, just like I've seen fried chicken, but they just haven't been good, Steve.
DiGiorno has a stuffed crust frozen pizza, and it is not good.
Yeah,
it's not. Again, us and the food scientists, if we can.
We
come
have
up with
one
that.
here. I don't know if you guys can get it. I'll take a picture next time I have it. And it is not bad. It's better than the DiGiorno one. It's not like Pizza Hut stuffed crust, but there is like some you get some like pieces with like a good amount of cheese in the crust. It's not bad.
Okay. What usually works for frozen is like you have like the cheesy, like here's a Parmesan crusted crust or something, not like stuffed crust, but like here's a very cheesy crust. Yeah. Usually that can go okay, but
that's usually your best bet.
Yeah, but the actual stuffed crust doesn't go. Okay, yeah. Fried chicken, donuts, and matzo sticks. Like you can't beat that. It's pretty good.
Andrew Elmore is owned by Blue Sky, an occasional collaborator, asks, what would each of you drive if you got drafted into the Fast and Furious family? What are our carsonas? Guys, I don't know. Fast and Furious, more like fast to see any other movie.
Penalty box for you. I've never seen a F&F. I think Kevin is the only one here who has maybe seen one.
Yeah, I've seen some, but I'm not a car guy. I don't I don't know. I mean, I want something. I don't want something really expensive. I want like a shitty old rust bucket that is character and has fast. And is fast. That's what I want.
I definitely want to be expensive for sure. I want to be like a Ferrari or some shit. I think that's what I would choose. I'm sure that's like a basic bitch answer, but like honestly, I just think about like, I don't know if you guys remember the Sega racing game Dreamcast era. It's called Ferrari F355 Challenge or something like that. I love that game. So that's about the extent of my Ferrari knowledge. So that's what I want to be. I want to pretend I'm in that video game. Sorry, I don't know anything else about Fast and the Furious.
Would it help satisfy Andrew's curiosity if instead we picked carsonas from Disney's Cars franchise, perhaps?
I don't think that'll be the same thing. Also, I only seen the first Cars 20 years ago, and I don't remember any of their names. So the red one.
It doesn't help that Andre's already just looking to be a high-class car hooker. So,
dude, if I'm gonna be a carsona, I don't want to be some basic bitch ass. I could be like the typical nerd and say a DeLorean or something. I'm not gonna do. As much as I might want to do that, I'm not gonna do that. I want to be expensive. I want to be a hot slut.
You're going to be bought and drove by Paris Hilton, and it will be hilarious.
One can only hope.
Yace Idolism J has a few questions. Fuck, marry, kill, but with video game controllers.
So I wish he had given us 3, but he didn't give us 3. He left it up to us, which I think is kind of more fun, actually. So the best I could come up with was fuck Master System, marry DualSense, kill 6-axis. I think that's the fairest thing I can do in this trying time, Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck the GameCube controller, marry the Switch 2 Pro controller, and kill the NES Max. You know, that weird thing with the circle pad in the middle and the weird turbo buttons.
Did not like it. My cousin had it, and I thought it was trash.
I know some people at home like, but the 3DS has a good circle pad. No. This thing just like rattled around in there.
The 3DS does not have a good circle pad, by the way. I don't know why.
It has a better one than the NES Max.
Sure does. When I go over my cousin's house, I would have to play, when we played Baseball Stars, I would have to sometimes use the NES Max, and I was not happy.
You don't still have contact with that cousin?
Yes, I've excommunicated him, Kevin. Who would you, FML or FMK?
I am very aligned with Steve. I am also going to fuck the GameCube controller and marry the Switch 2 controller. I think those are both exceptional choices. I'm going to kill the original pre-DualShock PS1 controller because I think they should have had the sticks from the start. It was stupid.
Whoa.
Why didn't they just fucking do the DualShock to begin with?
Because it sucks. I stuck with my original PS1. How dare you? How absolutely fucking dare you? It
was a fucking 3D console. It should have had analog sticks. At least one from the get-go.
You I don't even know what to do with this right now. I wish I had read your answer before we
so you can preemptively be mad at me.
Yes, so I could.
Son of a
Holy
bitch.
shit! I can't believe you right now. That is a great controller.
That's my answer. Well, you fucking took the Super Nintendo controller and added like dildo sticks to the bottom and R2 and D2. That's it.
You are.
Wow, I was going to keep that so we could keep to myself so we could keep the show moving, but okay.
Oh my god, let's move on. Idolism J, Mr. J, also asks us each Fine Timer's favorite Final Fantasy. Mine is 9. Not even a question. It's not even close. Final Fantasy 9.
It's not a secret from me. It's 6, and then 12, and then also a bunch of tactics.
12?
Yeah, I like 12.
Man, 12 is fucking
I'm Captain
great.
Bush.
Y'all are terrible. Kevin?
You know what? I think it's 15, which is funny because I was really fucking down on that game before it came out. And I like grabbed it on a whim. I was like pissy about that game and I wound up loving it. I think that is my favorite one.
15, huh?
Yeah, I really like that game. I like periodically over the last number of years, I like keep getting the itch. I'm like, I should just fucking like play through all of 15 again. Cause I also played it before they patched out that really fucking shitty, I like chapter 13, I think it was when it was fucked. That's when I played it. Someday I will play it again.
When did they do that? Cause I played it like, I don't know, 3-4 months after it came out.
I think we had talked about this years ago and I think you had played it after they had patched it.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Because I played it like very early 2017. Like January, February, like before Switch came out. For sure. So okay. It's hard for me to remember. Yeah, I don't know when they would have patched it. But yeah, 9 for me for sure. You never played 9, right, Kevin?
I've played like the first like 5 hours of 9. I have not played all of 9.
Okay. Definitely. That's something you should do in the future.
Finally, Idolism J wants to ask us, what is everyone's emotional support gas station or convenience store snack?
So I don't know if you guys will know what I'm talking about. There's a particular brand, I don't know what it's called, but they sell these like very square cakes. They're in the refrigerated section. There's carrot cakes and there's chocolate cakes and they're square. I would always like growing up. They've been around forever because I ate them when I was a kid. And they're the same now today. Used to get them at 7-Eleven. I used to think they were like a 7-Eleven thing until I saw them at other stores, like as an adult. But like those are my favorite thing. The carrot cake square refrigerated.
Sounds regional because that sounds like something I'd grab.
It's the best. It's a little. I mean, do you guys like carrot cake? I mean, I don't know.
I love carrot cake.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like it, but I've never seen this.
Yeah, if you ever see this, it's great. I don't know the brand name, but if you ever see refrigerated square carrot cakes, go for it.
Yeah, I'm a little more basic bitch. I like to grab whatever local-ish chip I can get in a medium-ish bag for $1 or $2. We have Hal's chips in the area. They're like in a they're in that mid-sized bag that's not the little bitch Blaze bag, but also not the bigger bag that you share with everyone that like you just pick on for like $2. And like, yeah, that's a good snack.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like if you guys give me shit for this, it's fine because it's kind of gross. But only a few months ago, I was on the road for work and I was eating it at a gas station and I got a prepackaged donair at the gas station, which I realize is like really fucking risky. But I'm like pretty down with putting that into my regular rotation. It was very soggy at the bottom, but the first 90% of it was like honestly fucking good. Like this is not like a donair you're getting at a fucking donair place. But I was very happy with that lunch.
Kevin, I understand desperation and such because it's like 2 a.m., but to say you're going to put it in your regular rotation, I don't know.
You guys can come to Canada, have a fucking local gas station donair. You might like it. You don't know.
Well, I've never had a donair, period. So like I should definitely try it. I didn't even know what it was until you told me what it was. Not literally just now, but I mean like in general.
Well, down here we call them gyros, but I guess not. They're not the same thing after all.
Yeah, I didn't think they're the same as euros, right?
They sound about the same, but everyone insists they're not.
Okay, well, I will want to try a Donair for sure.
Yorkie asks via Discord, who is the tallest?
I think it's Kevin. I mean, I'm 5'11". So...
The driver's license says I'm 5'11".
But are you 5'11"?
I don't measure myself regularly.
Well, how fucking tall are you?
5'11".
Jesus Christ.
I am 6'0", and I do need to qualify that is not counting hair, because if it was counting hair, I'd be way fucking taller than you guys.
We've already established that Canadians have a hard time measuring things, so...
that was a scientific peer-reviewed study, Stephen, if you may recall.
I don't think you should all be trusted your peers so willy-nilly. I mean...
Oh, hey, they were measuring your willy-nillys too, buddy.
I don't know. It feels like Ecuador or whatever had us all beat anyway. So So Steve, fellow 5'11", don't you hate when guys who are 5'11" say that they're 6 feet? I feel like that's cheating. That is stolen valor of 6 foot people. I'm 5'11", and I have no problem saying so. Yeah, is anyone going to question me if I say I'm 6 feet tall? Probably not. But I'm not going to do that. I know that's not true in my heart.
What I have a hard time with are the weirdos, and there's a lot of them, or at least out here there is. Maybe you'll think I'm weird. Anyway, there's a weird contingency of people that say they're 5'12".
No way. No way. No way.
And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
There's no... Steve, that's not real. Come on.
When I was in high school, it was.
Come on, dude.
Just say you're 5'11".
5'12"? That's not possible.
It's not.
You can't do that. I feel like that's against, like, when I say it's against the law, I mean it's like against the law of like Mother Earth. Like I feel like you can't do that.
No.
Kevin's just looking at us. Well, I'm 6 feet tall. I don't need to judge your asses.
I'm like real. I'm not fucking bullshit 5'12" tall.
Thrak asks us via Discord. He asks us a few questions. One of them is, what car do we drive? Thrak, I can't believe you don't know this already. I have 2 Timberland boots, one on my left foot, one on my right foot, and a very cheap Chinese e-scooter, which is currently being repaired. So, yeah, that's about it. No car for me.
I currently drive the stately 2003 Honda Accord, but I've also been eyeballing one of them slate trucks, but money and the sort.
Oh, dude, if you get a slate, I'm coming to visit and we're doing a fucking Polaroid photo shoot. I am going to take pictures of you in and out of that thing. We are having a slate party. Just to let you know.
That sounds fun.
Okay.
Why does that sound dirty?
Look, you can make it as wholesome and dirty as you want. It's your car. I'm just taking the pictures. You can wear whatever or not wear whatever you want.
Kevin, what do you drive?
I've got a 2010 Yukon and a 2004 Dodge Ram, but before you give me shit for having 2 vehicles, they both have over 400,000 kilometers, which is 250,000 miles for reference, and They're both like ready to explode and kill me in a fiery death at any moment.
What would you get if one of them dies? Would you just get another, like, just whatever car, or just do you have something in mind?
If the Yukon is like really the utility like vehicle, I use it for work. We use it for going to get groceries and like going down for Christmas and shit. So if that died, I would probably get another Yukon because having a like full size SUV is very useful. The truck was like bought off a family member as kind of like a half-assed project. Mm-hmm. So it's not a necessary. If it dies, it will just go to the boneyard.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you're not like a household that needs 2 cars or some shit.
Well, my wife has her own vehicle.
Okay.
If that
good.
one, but neither of the hers is like the most. Hers actually has over 400,000 kilometers as well, but is probably more reliable than my 2. So there's a lot of backyard mechanicking going on sometimes.
I thought y'all did miles per hour up there and stuff, right? Don't you? Or
no, we do. We measure in kilometers per hour for speed.
Really? Okay. I thought you.
Yep.
I don't know. I thought you're with miles with us. Okay, never mind.
No.
Thrak also wants to know, what do we wear to bed?
Ooh, see now these are the fucking. That's a question, Thracky. That's a question. Sorry to be boring though. I just wear a t-shirt and shorts to bed. This is obviously seasonal, in the winter I might wear sweatpants and like a long shirt to bed or something like that. But like, no, I'm not one of those freaks who sleep naked. I don't understand how people do that. This boggles my mind.
Yeah, during the summer, it's going to be t-shirt and undies, and sometimes less as the situation dictates. And during the winter, it's going to be t-shirt and sweatpants, sometimes less as the situation dictates, because I'm very sweaty.
Ooh.
You guys are too conservative. I go to sleep in only my man panties all year round.
Tidy whities?
No, like tight-ish boxers.
Okay.
Not like the like flowy short box, not silk, no.
Okay. I thought you were wearing like some like super. Remember that was like a thing in the 90s? Remember they'd have like a man goes to bed and like I don't know, I feel like there was more like wear these underwear specifically to bed kind of commercials, or maybe that's just how I interpreted it because I was a kid.
Because you're supposed to be like sexier in those underwear, or like what's the appeal?
Yeah, I was supposed like I think the idea was like it's comfortable for you and exciting for her or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was something you could, one of those kind of things. Again, this is maybe just kid logic in my brain how adult situations worked, but I felt like that's what was going on.
I don't know. I can pretty confidently say that no underwear I've ever wore my wife has found exciting.
Maybe you should start.
Although they're always more exciting than no underwear at all. All right. Thrak has one more question and asks what age we all lost our virginity, stories preferred. I'm going to plead the fifth on this one. Sorry, I'm staying out of it.
I will also decline to answer this question, but I will say this, okay? I'll give you this little nugget. It was a weird age. That's all I'm going to say. I'll let you decide what a weird age is.
Okay, you know what? We are supposed to be a show of the people, and I will at least give a half answer. It was 2010. And that's all I'll say on the matter.
Okay. Will asks us via Discord, what's your go-to hangover meal? Guys, I don't think I've ever really been hungover. To tell you the truth, I don't think I've ever like
look at the show off over here. I've never been hungover.
I don't think I have. Like, I don't think I've ever drinking enough to like be like wake up and feel like shit. I just have never drinking like that. Yeah.
Oh, you never
I don't know.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. If I were to feel hungover, though, I think what I would want is like a good old reset. I would want like breakfast, like eggs, bacon, some sort of potato, toast, like a good old American ass breakfast, I guess. I feel is like what I would go for if I woke up and felt kind of alcohol groggy.
If I can't get one of those right that second, because that does sound good. If it's up to me, I'm making a BLT, heavy mayo, and the biggest ass glass of ice water with a lemon or lime squirt in I can get.
Okay. Hydration. Okay. I like it.
Tim Hortons has these breakfast sandwiches. I don't know if they do this in like United States Tim Hortons as well, but they're on biscuits rather than like English muffins or something. And they're fucking good, not hungover too. But I think the like bready biscuit's not too dry, but it like goes a long ways into soaking things up. And it's not like a like greasy breakfast sandwich like McDonald's. So I think that Tim Hortons breakfast sandwich, I always go with the sausage, but if you're a bacon guy, you can get the bacon one too. But that would be a good go-to.
That sounds good. I've never seen a Tim Hortons. I don't even know where the closest one might be to me. So obviously I know what it is. But Steve, you're close enough up there where you might see a Tim Hortons, right?
A bunch of them have actually opened up in has satellite locations and gas stations, and more proper locations can be found in upstate New York as you get closer to Canada. But the ones here aren't exactly, I couldn't say are proper representations of the Tim Hortons. Like, I can go there for donuts and they're fine, but I don't think I trust their breakfast sandwiches.
Kevin needs to come down and assess our United States Tim Hortons is what needs to happen.
That's a good,
he needs to see if it's authentic or not.
Will also wants to know about an album we would play front to back at any time. I'm just going to be polite and let Andre and Kevin answer.
You know, this is tough because, like, Kevin, this isn't necessarily your favorite album, right? Because your favorite albums aren't necessarily ones you want to hear all the time.
Yep.
But sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not. I think I would go... See, I was going to say Weezer's Maladroit. That was, like, the first thing that came to mind because that's my favorite Weezer album. It's one of my favorite rock records ever, really. But I think I would say Depeche Mode's Black Celebration. It's just front to back, like it's a as the name implies, it's a moody ass, dour, not even just dour, but just dark ass record, synth pop record. And it's 1986 and it sounds like it. I just think it's an album I have never not been in the mood for. I was thinking all seasons, right? Like, you know, cold, hot, doesn't day or night. Like, I think it's just something that works for literally any instance. So I think I'm going to say Black Celebration, Depeche Mode.
I really like that you actually put some thought into this too, because I had spent a long time thinking about this question. And I went through a number of answers and then I would really think about it and retract it because they weren't truly, I would listen to this front to back anytime. I was going to say Tool's Lateralis. But then the more I thought about it, there are situations where I don't want to listen to that front to back. I landed on Mudvayne's 2007 self-titled album, and I fucking love that album. I think a lot of people, when they think of Mudvayne, think of early Mudvayne, and it's makeup and really fucking gimmicky.
Yeah, that's what I know.
There's and that makes sense. I think that band has a lot more depth than they get credit for. And that self-titled album, I believe did far poorer than any of their other albums. It was by all accounts a failure. And I couldn't even venture as a guess as to how many times I've listened to it front to back. And why it really works for this question, because I can sit and really get pulled into that album and actively listen to it and think about it and pay attention to it. But at the same time, I can throw it on while I'm driving and it's just entirely full of fucking bangers that are super fun to listen to and that I don't need to be actively listening to at all. And it's equally as awesome.
I understand the use cases of that because just last night, as of this recording, I was scripting something for this show and I was listening to Black Celebration. I just turned it on. I just felt like it. And it was just it could be put on in the background because there's a lot of my favorite albums. I want to listen, you know what I mean? It's not, I'm not going to put on REM or something all the time, in the background while I'm doing something else. Cause as many times I heard those songs, I put them on cause I want to hear it. Right.
Yep.
I can't. So it's not that all purpose. Depeche Mode, I could sit there and listen to or not as well. And it works equally as the same for me. So it's good. Yeah. It's the use cases like that are also important when discussing this. So yeah, Mudvayne's 2007. Yeah. Mudvayne is never, it's just not really my style of rock music. I've never really gotten into them, obviously. But yeah, when I think Mudvayne, I think of the old, the very early 2000s and the makeup. That's all I remember. Yeah, so
I get that. I really Mudvayne has a very distinct guitar tone, and they've got it's not it's the guitar is, I think, what I get the most out of Mudvayne. And it's it's definitely very technical, but it's not crazy flying solos. It's they have these riffs that are just so intensely, it is almost like video game music in a way, 8-bit, fucking, I could think of some of these as songs that you'd hear in Star Tropics or Final Fantasy in a boss fight. Almost. It's very
wow.
I like it.
Steve, you're telling me there's not a Phoenix Wright or something you want to turn on or anything
I don't sit down and listen to albums. It's just not how I'm Bill.
Oh my God. As try as I might, Kevin, he just won't. He just won't.
All right. What is your favorite sport? Also, from Will.
It's baseball. You guys know that already. I can't believe he doesn't know that already. He has to. It's definitely baseball. It's baseball by a lot.
Oh, we know. We know it's baseball.
I'm sorry, guys.
He's probably looking at the Padres score right fucking now.
I mean, I'm not actually, but I might.
I'm famously not a sports person, but I've been known to put on the racetrack feeds. And I'm not talking about NASCAR. I'm talking about the horsies.
You do like the horsies.
The background noise sometimes. I'll pop on the Super Pod Sports Channel Discord when it's triple derby time and stick on that derpy looking horse emoji when it's triple crowd time.
It is a stupid ass looking horse, to be honest.
It's like, hey guys, guess what? Horse. Yeah, it's there's something soothing about it. You hear the guy like, and they're coming around the track. Then sometimes the guy falls off, and it all just blends together.
You ever gone to the racetrack?
Yeah, Belmont's just 40 minutes away. It's,
okay,
40
so you are
minutes
close to
Belmont.
Belmont.
They're shut. I think they're due to reopen soon, but yeah, I've been to the track.
Okay, growing up in San Diego is obviously Del Mar for us, so
it's a nice afternoon.
Yep. Kevin.
I was going to be a butthole and say Mario Kart. I am very much not a sports person too, but based on what Steve said, I will give that I once in a while, like having golf on and not really watching it, but like just golf being on the TV on a Sunday afternoon presents a nice atmosphere. Like it's like, very lush and green and the sky is blue and like it's, it's nice. So sure, golf on the TV. If I'm not watching it really and paying attention, but I like the vibe of it being around.
Gotcha. Okay. Kevin, do you even watch like big things? Like, do you even watch like the Olympics or anything sometimes, or like no? Or
no, I mean, I'll watch like the clips of like the Canadian curling guy like swearing at that other guy. I did watch.
That was so good.
That was good.
Oh, I love that controversy.
I paid for Sportsnet for one night because like it was game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals and the Oilers were in it. And I was just like, because I don't care. I'm sorry, but I don't fucking care. But it's also like if they won, this was going to be such a like monumental event that was like just endlessly fucking talked about for weeks. And I was like, I just should at least like know what's going on.
Yes.
So I put it on and me and the kids sat there and watched it and I was like, okay, this is hockey.
The kids don't care about sports either though, do they, or no?
I mean, I think like just because like we're close enough to Edmonton where the Edmonton Oilers are like a fucking huge thing. The school has Oiler days, all the kids wear Oilers jerseys, whatever. And so my son, I think like, we never watch hockey, but he's like, yeah, go Oilers. Like just because of the like communal aspect, I think of it. So I'm like, sure, buddy. Yeah. Fucking root for those Oilers that we have watched one game of in our entire lives.
That's how it works. That's why games 6 and 7s get ridiculous ratings because they bring in people who otherwise wouldn't care. It's an event, Aaron, Mr. Scabzilla himself, Mr. the Boss of the Super Pod, asks us via Discord. If Find Time were a JRPG and each of you had to pick classes/jobs to make your party, which class/job would you each pick? I don't know how I would describe this, guys, but I always like the traps and debuffs and shit. That's always like my favorite thing. In any game where you get to pick your entire party, whether it's like an old Final Fantasy or even something like an Etrian Odyssey, like a dungeon crawler, I always have at least one character who does all the crazy debuffs, traps, status effects, and stuff. So I think I want to be that guy.
Try and like break it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In Final Fantasy Tactics, you might be considered a green mage.
Oh, was that a green mage? Okay. I'm a green mage then.
But in any case, I know what I used to pick. I'd be some manner of warrior or some kind of magical but I'm getting older, guys. My back hurts a lot. So, as I'm getting older, I'd probably be some kind of variant of the patisserie class from Bravely Second. Food for the group, failures for enemies. Just, I like food.
Okay.
Food for everybody.
That's fine. Does the food heal us, or do you beaten them with the fry pans and shit?
Yes.
Okay, Kevin.
I'm going to be a magic user, but not like a specialist or good at anything. Like the shitty one you get early in the game and then you stick on your backbench because I've got shit defense and I can't equip any of the good armor and nobody wants to use me.
Wow. So we don't even, you're just like sitting at the bottom. You notice how there's always, Steve, in every Tales game, there's always one party member. It's like, who uses them? Right? I guess is that what Kevin is signing up for?
Yeah, that's me.
Apparently.
Nobody uses them. Okay, well.
Who's that joke character in Shining Force?
Oh, you talking about
gopher.
the clown, the literal clown, or the
gopher?
Oh, the gopher. I thought you meant like the rat man.
No, he was useful, wasn't he? In 2?
Yeah, he was useful. You kind of had to baby him a little bit, but he was useful.
Yeah.
You know what's my favorite? Oh, you know what, Kevin? You should be a Birdman. Remember the Birdman Ben from Shining Force? Steve, they'd zip around that map. Like, Kevin should be a Birdman.
Okay. I was really thinking, actually, I'm going to bring this up because Aaron asked, and I know he really likes Golden Sun. I was thinking of Ivan, right? Because in Golden Sun, you have to use all 4 party members. But then in the Lost Age, when you finally like meet up with your original party members, like who the fuck is using Ivan at that point? He's like, that's what I was thinking of. You're never going to put Ivan in the front 4.
Okay, so you're Ivan now.
Yeah.
Aaron has a bonus question for us. He just wants to know who's the final. Okay.
No, say it, Steve. Go on.
He wants to know who the final boss of Fine Time is.
Kevin's laughing because the answer I wrote down on our sheet is a name I can't say out loud because it's foreboding. So, but he thinks it's funny. But I don't really want to say it here because I feel like it'll curse the show if I actually say his name. So
we'll just say my answer is financial responsibility. Ooh, and move on.
It's very scary in my mid-40s. Financial responsibility.
I'm giving a +1 to Andre's unsayable answer. When I read that in the show sheet, I laughed so fucking hard out loud.
It was a great answer that we can't say out loud.
I think there are listeners who know exactly who that final boss is.
Oh, they know exactly. If you've been with us a long time, you know exactly who we're talking about. I also
think we've all but beaten that final boss.
Oh, we have. We have.
Judge Bread, R.I.P. Tommy, asks us via Discord. Miyamoto once said that a bad game is bad forever, but a good game is good forever, so it's okay to delay a game to make sure it's a good game instead of a bad game. Wahoo. What's a video game you wish would have been delayed so it could have turned out good instead of bad?
Steve, you go first.
So my tentpole unpopular opinion is that Metroid Other M is good, actually, but what could have actually made that true for, more people other than me is that if they worked on the script some fucking more, gave it a proper-ish control scheme, and put it out as a Wii U launch title.
Did you play Other M, Andre?
I didn't play Other M. I was not going to put my $50 into Other M. I have put my hands on it. I didn't buy Other M myself though. So
I'm going to play it soon.
Maybe that's a good idea for the show. I've never actually played through Other M. Because here's the thing, putting my hands on it, it wasn't like the gameplay was obviously every fucking thing else. It's like a BioShock Infinite situation where it's not literally the video game. It's anytime anyone opens their mouth, and everything, the entire contraption of it, right? That's my problem with Other M. My answer for this, which game I wish I would have been delayed, is Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. There's a good game in there. There is a good game in there that was coming together. I think I've told this story before, where the only E3 I've ever been to was indeed 2006. And the very first PS3 game, because PS3 wasn't out yet, the very first PS3 game I ever played was Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. And it was we were past the boomerang controller that was already like in prototype Foreverland, never to be touched. So I was using some weird controller that wasn't the 6-axis either, or some prototype thing. And I was playing a prototype Sonic 2006, and I was thinking like, okay, it's obviously a little rough here, but you know, we have some months before November, you know, I'm sure they can clean this up. Buddy, that was the final fucking game so that I had in my hands that day, and I did not know. Oh boy, and it deserved every bit of criticism it got. But I think it's criticized for stuff that is stupid also. Like, oh, Sonic loved the real girl or something. That's like something you hear all the time. Is that really that stupid at this point in 2006? Like, we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, it's goofy, but like, come on. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, that's not the reason why the game is bad.
It's dumb, but it's Sonic dumb, so...
Yeah, like, that's not the reason why the game sucks. The CGI is beautiful in that game. The cutscenes, like, the music is great. Too. It's like very up to Sonic snuff. It's just obviously I don't have to tell everyone how bad that game plays and how glitchy it is. Everyone knows already the load times and whatever. So I think if they had cleaned that shit up, it could have been at least as good as Sonic Heroes. I do. And I think that one game set Sonic back, still sets Sonic back. It's been 20 years and it still sets it back. So Sonic 2006, I think there was a good game in there somewhere.
All right. At the start of the year, Steve and I played Anthem this year before it was shut down. And I don't know, like, I don't think just delaying it and some more time in the pot would have, like, done the trick. But I think some delays with some management recalibration, like, that game could have been excellent. I really believe that. And I, like, since we played that, I think that was back in January. I still, like, semi-regularly think about, like, I think it's just such a shame that game turned into like basically a joke. It has such a solid foundation. It bothers me.
I think artistically, like the way the suits look and the way the color schemes are in the game, I think it's fucking beautiful. That's why I was interested in to begin with, right? And the fact that it was trying to be Destiny, but you could fly or whatever, it's like that was so appealing. But then you play the game and it just doesn't quite get there. It's not terrible. It's just like, you know, they could have done this better. But
yeah, it just like you say, the foundation, like there was so much that if they would have, like, you know, just got like the rest of the aspects up to an average game, like the foundation was so fucking good that alone would have made it a great game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. And it would have been something I would have actually like bought at launch and played, even if it wasn't like spectacular. And yes, I was still playing Destiny and whatever at that time, or maybe I wasn't. Maybe I'd gone out on Destiny too. But like, it's just tough because like it came out and it sucked. And then like 1 month later, Division 2 came out. So, like, if you want your looter shooter online thing, here it is, like right here, right? And I still play that game to this day. So it's just unfortunate timing for them, and they just weren't good enough when they needed to be. Trey asks us, friend of the show, or early appearer on the show, as it came on here a couple times, asks us, it's a over/under properly rated lightning round. So he asks us, he wants to know about 3 songs that have lightning in the title. Kevin, do you want to play the role of Evan real quick?
I mean, okay, so
when
I read this, I feel like I'm doing something illegal by playing over under properly rated. Like, this is a sacred thing that I shouldn't be. But yes, I do want to.
I almost, if I knew he would answer, I would call Evan right now on FaceTime audio and like put the phone up to the microphone and like ask him about these. But I'm not going to. But anyway, yeah, so let's do these real quick. Live, lightning crashes. Live, underrated, overrated, properly rated lightning crashes. Kevin/Evan.
Properly, it's just fine. Deep Enough is the real underrated live song.
I think it's underrated, but I'm inclined to say that a lot about Live because I think like a lot of Live is underrated as a band. I think a lot of people shit on them at the time, and even now people look back at that part of the 90s as like, I don't know, like, what's the word I
probably
want?
Thought of as cringy a little.
Yeah, cringy or just like unfortunate. That's the word I want. And it's like, I don't think of that as all. I think Live is really good, and I think people don't respect lightning crashes enough. So I would say a bit underrated, just a little bit. Metallica, Ride the Lightning, over under proper. I think as much, you know what? I'm going to say properly rated, Kevin. I know you're the Metallica guy, but like I think properly rated. I think this title track gets the respect that it does. I think it's musically inspired a lot of people. This record in general. Right. So yeah, no, I think Ride the Lightning is properly rated as a legend.
I'm going to say a little underrated just because I think when I think of that song where it sits alongside other Metallica singles, I think it's not like in a lot of people's like top 10, and it should be. I do think that whole album gets forgot about more than it should be.
That's so weird because like maybe, I don't know, maybe time has just passed it on. I always feel like, especially in the 90s when people really didn't like what Metallica was doing, especially old head fans, all I heard about was like Ride the Lightning and shit like that. Like people, so maybe time has just moved on now to the point where like people don't respect Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, I think like, you know, probably around the time like Master of Puppets and Justice for All was coming out, that's maybe when like people were like, oh, the fucking Ride the Lightning, that was the good old shit. But I think that's like, you know, I think people like look at like those and the Black Album now and go like, that was the good old shit.
Okay. All right. Probably. It's just time, you know, time shifts those things. One more Lightning song, REM, Lightning Hopkins, underrated, overrated, properly rated. Trey, I don't know why you put this on here. This is this is the most album track. If you have to be a REM freak to know this. And of course he did this for me. I think it's properly rated. I don't think people really think about the song when they think of Document. It's kind of at the lower rungs when I think of songs on Document. And nobody else really thinks of it either. I think it's properly rated as kind of forgotten.
Okay, good. I thought because I had fucking no idea what this was. And then I was like, I felt like maybe I was supposed to know this song. Like it was a like known REM song, but it doesn't sound like that's the case. I did listen to it. I'm sorry. I don't think it was doing it for me.
Yeah, this is not a song I think would ever really hit for you. And it's okay. I think it's fine. I do like the way Michael Stipe yells crow at the end of like each like thing descending into the little riff, like the main riff. I don't know why his vocal delivery on that song is just fucking weird. But yeah, okay. Thank you for the lightning round of over under proper Trey.
Hold the fuck on. Andre and Kevin penalty box feeding into a lightning round game. You've given me all kinds of shit. Oh man.
I can't put our listeners in the penalty box. Okay.
No, Trey's safe. You two fed into it like nothing else. Wow.
Oh, I really thought for a minute you were going to be like, hold on. Nobody asked me about these lightning songs. What the fuck?
Mercs on Blue Sky asks us, what's the best discontinued fast food dipping sauces?
So I used to love Arby's Bronco Berry sauce. Steve, you ever have this? It's like a...
Arby's is fairly recent around here, so no.
Recent? Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, Bronco Berry. It was like a purple sweet sauce. I mean, it's kind of just what it sounds like, where you dip, like, if you wanted to dip your matzo sticks or whatever, jalapeno poppers or whatever into like a sweet kind of savory sauce. That's what this was. But here's the thing. I can't get any straight answer on if it's discontinued or not. Some people say it is, some people say it isn't. I think maybe it became regional or something. All I can tell you is my Arby's doesn't have it anymore. So as far as I'm concerned, it's discontinued. But yeah, Bronco Berry sauce, it was good.
I know my knee-jerk reaction to this question is the McDonald's Szechuan sauce, but I mean, I tried it after they memed it back to life, and it was fine. For this answer, I can only think of a more recent sauce than the McDonald's sauce. I think that was more where that was at, where they turned that, you know, anime joke thing into an actual sauce. That was good. That was a nice chili sauce. I mean, you know, it wasn't especially spicy, but you know, it was neat. Kind of wish they kept that around.
Okay, we've talked about Panago Pizza before and established that you guys do not have Panago Pizza. Am I correct in remembering that?
I don't think I've never heard of it.
Okay, so I think this might be Canadian only, but they're very well known for their dipping sauces that come with the pizza. It's a thing. You get dipping sauce for your Panago crust, and if you're fatty like me, like just the whole pizza, you can dip right in the sauce. It's good. They used to have a blue cheese dipping sauce, and I only had it a couple times, and it was one of those things where it's like, it's kind of gross and it's weird, but it's still kind of good, and it hasn't been around for years. This does not qualify as a best discontinued dipping sauce, but this question made me think of it. I wish I could have it one more time just so I could be like, yeah, that's still kind of gross, but I'm still going to have a little bit more of it.
Okay. I have a question now that you said all this out loud. Was this sauce usually refrigerated? Like when you went inside, like did they keep it cold or was it like just sitting out in the open like anything else?
They've got like a cooler where they keep the Panago dips in, and they still have like the mainstays that were around when I was a kid, but blue cheese is gone.
Okay. I notice a lot of people have ditched their blue, like Domino's doesn't have the blue cheese anymore, which is weird. Pizza Hut still has theirs. People don't, that's like the only, you guys know how I don't use a whole lot of condiments. It's like it's like the only dressing I like on anything is blue cheese. And so many people either do it badly or they don't have it anymore.
I wouldn't have pegged you as a blue cheese guy, to be honest.
You know, it's always been my favorite ever since I was a kid.
We had Panago, or we had KFC a couple months ago, and they had a KFC sauce. It was just called. Has that been around for a while? That was fucking good. I've never had that before, but like, damn, popcorn chicken in the KFC sauce. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, KFC sauce has been around for a hot minute. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, I get it all the time. Steve, do you like blue cheese or no?
Oh yeah, blue cheese is a top tier condiment.
Okay, Edward Varnell of the Boss Rush Network asks, do you think that Nintendo purchasing Monolith Soft was the best acquisition out of all studio buyouts? Was ZeniMax or Bungie?
Keep it. No, fuck it.
They're Bungie now.
Keep it.
I guess I've never heard of Bungie before. Was it a wrong business decision? Question mark. Sorry, I fucking flubbed that question.
No, that's exactly the respect it deserves. Not that it was a bad question, Edward. Just these companies can get fucked. That's how I feel. Go ahead, Steve.
So I don't know if ZeniMax or Bungie were wrong business decisions as much as wildly mismanaged ones, but look, we've been saying it all night. We're a Nintendo-centric podcast, but Nintendo's been getting a lot out of Monolith Soft for the past 20-ish years now. And not just because I love Xenoblade. Look, they're working on all kinds of games if you're paying attention to the credits. They're working on Zelda and Splatoon and fucking Animal Crossing. What can't they do over at Monolith Soft? I feel like everyone else is just getting wasted out there.
They do it and they do it quickly. So it's just, I think Monolith Soft, I think after Breath of the Wild, Kevin, that became like, the acquisition of this company like transformed Nintendo basically.
Yeah, I guess back to the first two. Bungie, I don't imagine that to be a wrong business decision. ZeniMax, yeah, I've like been like thinking about the id got out a lot lately. And I feel like that, like a company like that would have been entirely fucking fine to keep trucking along on their own for a long time, right? Like I'm guessing the Dark Ages didn't meet sales expectations as much as they wanted, but I have a hard time imagining that was like a fucking failure. And especially if it was like not foisted as a Game Pass thing, that game would have been just fucking fine.
They also marketed it like shit. Like anyone barely knew it was coming out, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole Bethesda side of things we talked about last show. It's a frustration. Nintendo's in a really unique position, like with so much of their sales, like just like so much of the shit they sell on the Switch is developed internally. So I think they have a lot of adaptability with any purchase, really. They could use retro more if they wanted.
They could. I mean, like, Steve, Pikmin 4 was developed by Aiding, right? And wasn't Aiding in a recent game? I always ask you this. Wasn't Aiding in a recent, I want to say the last couple of years game? Nintendo
like
game.
Were, but
yeah, see, I can't remember where I saw their name, but like, yeah, dude, they got Arc System Works to do, another Code Recollection, because obviously a lot of the people who used to work at Sing now work at Arc System Works. So it was a nice fit. But even if they didn't, just Nintendo knows how to partner, whether they own that company or not. They know how to like do that shit. And I just think that like so many companies could learn from, well, a lot of companies could learn a lot of things from Nintendo. Again, man, this is such a Nintendo fanboy show today, isn't it? Wow.
Oops. Well, we're definitely not a Bungie related show.
No, we're not anymore. Edward also asks us, does ketchup belong on cheese fries? And if you haven't tried it, will you? Ed, I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't put ketchup on regular fries, so putting it on cheese fries seems like a reason for me to call the police on somebody. So I'm not I'm not in the business of trying that. The cheese is good enough for me, or nothing is good enough for me. The ketchup can stay away, Steve.
I don't think it really goes on cheese fries either. Because look, I know the cult of catsup is going to disagree with me, but cheese fries usually has other things on there like bacon and jalapeno and other things. It's got stuff on there. It doesn't need ketchup too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I agree.
I need some clarification on what kind of cheese fries they are, because if this is like fries with the melty nacho style cheese, I don't think those should have ketchup. But if these are like fries with melted shredded cheese on them, then I think those can have ketchup.
I understand the distinction you're making, but I don't want ketchup in any instance. I understand why you would feel that way, though.
Okay, well, thank you for respecting my opinion.
I do. I get it. Because I'm such a ketchup hate. I shouldn't say I hate ketchup because, I don't know, when I go to, any fast food place, obviously the burger's going to have ketchup on it. And I don't say, oh, I don't want ketchup. I don't like special order my burgers. If it has ketchup on it, then fine. I'll eat the ketchup. It's okay. It's just I'm not going to add my own. And I'm certainly not going to add it to fries.
Joshua, average Josh on Blue Sky, asks, oh boy, here we go, guys. What's everyone's hot dog preferences? Do you prefer natural casing or skinless? Specific brands? You like Chicago's Vienna beef. What about buns? New England style potato bun should be available nationwide, in his opinion.
Man, what just happened?
He's got a lot of thoughts.
What just happened to your...
What about toppings? Is ketchup acceptable? He wants to know the intimate details. Lots of hot dog emojis.
Jesus Christ. So I believe I skeeted this a couple weeks ago, but when I get a hot dog at the ball game, because the prompt from somebody, the quote skeet prompt was, what do you like on your hot dog so everyone can judge you? And I said, nothing. I don't want anything on there. Maybe if I feel a little fancy, I'll put a little diced onion if they have it. If I get a Costco dog, sometimes I might sprinkle a little diced onion on there. That's it. I don't want ketchup or mustard or relish or anything else. So I'm a plain hot dog eater. However, I do like stuff like a chili cheese dog or a Chicago dog, because I don't consider that those are an entire dish unto themselves. That's a different thing. That's not just a hot dog. So I'll eat stuff like that because that's okay. But if I'm just out and about getting a hot dog, don't need anything. But he also asked about brands. I'm a Nathan's man. I get the quarter pound Nathan's hot dogs, the expensive ones. They're worth the price. They're $13.99 for a pack these days, and I don't give a fuck. I'll still get them.
Ooh.
I know Kevin's $14 for hot dogs. I think he just made a face at me.
Those are American dollars. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You might be looking at damn near 20 Canadian for some hot dogs for those.
I'll go next then, because I am not a refined gentleman like Andre. I will take my hot dogs in numerous ways. I like a good fat hot dog. But I will eat good fat, great value or our compliments hot dogs. I really like hot dogs cooked on a campfire. Co-op has do you guys have Co-op in the States?
Never
Just
it.
Co-op?
Nope.
Okay. So it's a locally owned chain type thing.
Okay.
They have the fucking best in-store baked soft ass buns. And usually just some ketchup and mustard. And we were talking about this the other day before I read this question. I admitted to you guys, but because I am a 5-year-old child, I usually still throw a Kraft single cheese slice on my hot dogs. So sorry about your fucking fancy old whatever hot dogs that are $14 a pack. I'm not on that level.
That's not what makes us think you would be a child, and I'll get into that in a second.
I do. Well, before Steve goes, I do want to say I don't have a problem with American cheese on a hot dog. I do think there is a place for that if depending on the other topping. So I'm not completely not with you, but that's not the only thing I'm putting on the hot dog. Okay, go ahead, Steve.
All right, I'm going to just answer. Because I know this this is like a attempted sting operation on my character. I know this because he's from New England. He's talking about the buns. So I'm just going to go answer this in order here. I like the natural casing, but you have to, in general, try really hard for me to get me to ignore hot dogs, which is to say, I'm going to politely turn my nose at anything Oscar Mayer or trashier. just nasty ass hot dogs. And I can get a nice potato bun here. I don't have to go all the way to Harvard to get a potato roll. I could buy those here in New York. But again, I'm not especially picky. I could get some nice rolls, any kind of rolls. And given free reign at the cookout, I will put brown mustard, onions, and jalapenos on them dogs. Relish if you got a good one out, not that watery Heinz crap. And I will wiggle around within those parameters and maybe even try different other toppings or whatever. Except on one point. No fucking ketchup. Once again, I know why you asked this. You wanted to know if I was allowed to still be living here in the Northeast. Don't worry. I know the ketchup's just for children and to check who's a tourist. Don't worry.
Wow.
I'm allowed to live here. It's okay. I'm
so
cool.
Judgmental about the ketchup. I mean, look, I don't like ketchup on the dog, but I'm not going to be like,
it's not allowed here.
Jesus Christ.
Once you turn like 8, nah, forget it.
Damn, it's like age-gated.
This
Holy
fucking
shit.
guy, I can see every attack on Star Fox 64 from a mile away. I turn my nose up at anything Oscar Mayer or trashier. Jesus. Where did we find this fucking guy?
That is a good turn of phrase, or trashier. I do like that.
Hey, we take the hot dog game seriously out here. Nathan's is a great dog.
I do like Kevin, have you ever had a Chicago dog? Do you know what that is, with like the slices of tomatoes and celery salt and like the whole bit?
No, I
thing of pickle.
fucking hate tomatoes, so that would
I don't
be
like
no
tomatoes
for me.
either, so I kind of like toss them out. But I'm just saying that's how they usually make it.
Sounds very like crunchy and veggie filled for a hot dog, but
Yeah, it's like practically a sandwich. Practically, it's like veering in the sandwich territory. And I'm not doing is a hot dog a sandwich? That fucking stupid conversation. I'm just saying that, like, if you were to it's putting enough ingredients on there where it feels sandwichy, So it is good. I think that's it. Do we have any more questions? I think that's our last one. We ended on hot dogs.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's good. I think I don't know if we started with food. Did we? Yes, we did. Because Vin asked us about frozen food. So we started with food and we ended with food. That's how we do it on Fine Time. Thank you guys asking us all these great questions. I think we got to them all. Sorry if we skipped you, but hey, submit it again next time. I'm sure we'll do a winter mailbag, huh? All right. But yeah, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for joining us. Check the description of this podcast to find our names on social media, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
You've been listening to Fine Time.